The Atlanta Falcons have hired Matt Ryan as president of football. Man, it's no surprise. If you remember the press conference from earlier in the week, Arthur Blank pretty much hinted at it. He gave all those upstanding comments about Matt Ryan. In a couple of interviews, he talked about it being him being a 14-year veteran, what he meant to the city of Atlanta, and him being a leader. And those are pretty good traits of being, a GM, a future GM. But right now, he'll be the president of football, and he's going to answer directly to Arthur Blank. But this is what Arthur Blank had to say earlier in the week, and we'll keep this thing going.
Since your interviews begin today for president of football, can you talk about what makes the ideal candidate? What are the qualifications, and are you open to considering someone who has no front office or executive experience?
I think the second part of your question has to do with Matt Ryan. My answer to the second part of the question, Matt is somebody we've had a long relationship with. We've continued to talk with. He is one of the candidates we'll be interviewing. My response to that would be Matt Ryan came into the league as a rookie in 2008. Ended up leading a locker room of 53 for 14 years. Leading in a huddle, being a great player, leading players, supporting coaches, etc. So his EQ and IQ when it comes to football is extraordinarily high. I've known Matt personally since 2008 and his family, and he's an outstanding individual, great community leader, and the kind of person you'd certainly would want to consider in that position. But we have other candidates that we're interviewing as well over the next couple of days, starting this afternoon, this evening, and going into tomorrow and tomorrow night.
I think it was pretty much a dead giveaway to what was about to ensue. So they got one out the way. And now, as I've been, telling y'all, I think Ian Cunningham, he interviewed for the president of football position, but I also think that was an interview as far as him probably becoming the GM, because Matt Ryan and Ian Cunningham are good friends, and Matt Ryan and Ryan Poles are former college teammates, and now this is going to be the shocker, man. I think with all of these things, just happening all of a sudden right in direct order, and we talk about connections and friendships and things of that nature, what the Falcons are pretty much used to. I think if Matt LaFleur is fired by the Green Bay Packers and the extension is not reached, I think Matt Ryan calls Matt LaFleur, pronto. It only makes sense. He was on the staff in 2016 during the Super Bowl run, during Matt Ryan's Super Bowl season. I'm sure somehow they still kept in touch and they still talk to this day. And also, as I told y'all, I could see Brian Flores, another one of Matt Ryan's former Boston College teammates, also a friend with Ryan Poles. So the connections are there, and I think it's something big on the horizon for the Atlanta Falcons. And they started it right, hiring Matt Ryan in a matter of days because they had to get that in place, and now they had to get the GM in place and then the head coach. And everything's going to fall in order, but as I said, everything's going to flow through Matt Ryan, and I love this for the Atlanta Falcons. One thing about it, Rich McKay no longer calling shots because he was pretty much the middleman when it came to Arthur Blank between the GM head coach, then Rich McKay, and then Arthur Blank. But you get somebody younger, someone with a fresh mindset in Matt Ryan, and I absolutely love what they did, by coming to this kind of agreement and this kind of deal, because it's just time for something new in Atlanta, and I think Matt Ryan brings that. Now, if he can bring in the right GM and the right head coach and get this team back on a winning track and back to the playoffs after 8 seasons, I think that make this move look a lot more brilliant. Those are my quick thoughts on it, man. Tell me what y'all think. Drop them comments in the comment box. Y'all know how we do it on the Sports Machine. This your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.